Hi everyone, Kat here. Welcome to my channel. Well, we're just a couple of weeks away from the coronation and it's mired in lots of controversy already. Never mind, even without Harry and Meghan. Well, we finally got confirmation that Harry will be attending the coronation, but Meghan will be staying at home in California, presumably because May 6th is also Archie's birthday and she wants to be there for that. Doesn't matter. I mean, they had Lilibet's first birthday on the grounds of Frogmore Cottage. They certainly could have brought the kids along, but there are no kids and, but this is not here nor there. The reason she's not coming isn't because of Archie's birthday. It's because she knows she'd get booed. She knows that she has a vile reputation in Britain. She knows that she would not be greeted warmly by the family. So it's self-preservation on her part to stay away, but she still can't stand that something of this magnitude has nothing to do with her, that no attention can be brought her way. So she has to stir the pot, and that is why I'm sure we've gotten the news has come out in the last couple of days about a series of correspondence between Meghan and the then Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, regarding her treatment by the royal family, that whole unconscious bias, allusions to racism, the color of Archie's skin, all of those conversations. And apparently she was not happy with the results she was getting from Charles. She expected a lot more in his response, I suppose. She didn't get the desired effect, I think, of an apology and demands met and this kind of a thing. And now I think this is why she's leaked the letter, to try to put pressure on Charles to come out and publicly say something. She's trying to push his buttons, even this close to the coronation. She wants to stir up. If she can't be a part of it, she's going to make herself part of it by stirring up as much controversy as possible. And, on the one hand, I'm sure she's the one behind leaking this, but then she comes out and she says, oh, I'm not interested in the past. Let bygones be bygones. Let's just move ahead, which it's ridiculous coming from her mouth. I mean, her and Harry, from day one continuously to the present, all they've done is bitched and moaned about their past. That's their currency. Meghan has another currency. It's called blackmail. I mean, we've all asked, how the hell can she get away with what she's been doing? We all know what kind of a person she is. We all know the stunts she's pulling. We all know the shit she's up to, and the shell companies and the fake awards and everything. The fake children. We know it all. We understand that she's a conniving piece of work that is planning to take the royal family for everything she can, and to hell with Harry. She's just evil. We know this. How could they not know this? And you think all this talk about Harry and his security and this and that makes you wonder, MI5 is the security arm for the British royal family. They are in charge of assessing threats and keeping the royal family safe. They have a wider remit. I guess you could, it's like the CIA in the States or CSIS in Canada. It's the major security agency for the country. They know everything. Do you not think that they would have a dossier on Meghan Markle and know everything about her? And this information is passed to the monarch. So there wouldn't be a case of, the royal family, MI5. They know all about Meghan Markle. They do. And so you wonder, well, if they know how horrible she is, why haven't they shut her down? Why haven't they done something about this? Why can she still seemingly get away with everything she's doing? Well, I'll tell you why. And it's a little convoluted and it's a little wild, but listen, trust me. Stick with me here. If Meghan was outed by the MI5 and the royal family for what she is and what she has done, it would backfire, because tied to Meghan's story is the story of Prince Andrew's position he finds himself now due to his past actions. Their story intertwines with more than one person in common. And Soho House and Jeffrey and boats of all sizes, yachts even, and private islands and private clubs, pay-for-play entertainment that they all may have engaged in at one time or another, and crossed paths at a particular club that they all frequented. It's all connected. Don't you know, MI5 knows all about Andrew as well. They're trying to keep that a secret. You see, if Meghan's secrets come out, they can't cover for Andrew anymore. And believe me, they have been. They have been. They want to suppress this. They do not want this out. They can't oust Meghan. They're in a bit of a tricky situation, and she knows that. She thinks she's got the upper hand because their hands are tied. Because if they say anything about her, she's not going to go down alone. She'll take Andrew with her. She'll tell all. And the game will be up, and the royal family will be found complicit in suppressing information, not only about Meghan and her activities, but about Andrew and his activities as well. And they will be found by the public complicit in those acts. And that is something that I think the royal family would have a very hard time coming back from. King Charles is in a pretty bad situation right now, reputation-wise, with not only the public, But with the church, which he is pushing against in the coronation, with the government, with the peers of the realm and the earls and all of those who didn't get an invite and those that do don't get to wear their robes, he's not showing affection for his acolytes as they think they should be treated at a time like this for continuing their loyalty towards him as king. They're not getting what they want out of the deal either. There's a lot of people that are dissatisfied with Charles at the moment. During the coronation, a Republican group, Republican meaning anti-royalist group, planned to protest. I think environmental groups plan to protest, which is really quite ironic because Charles is the bought and paid for World Economic Forum eco-green king that should be representative of these kinds of people. So he's getting a lot of backlash from all over the place. It's not good for him right now. Meghan is a big thorn in his side right now, just as Diana was way back when, after the divorce. Charles' reputation was in tatters after she did the BBC Panorama interview. After Charles countered with the Jonathan Dimbleby book and interview where he admitted to adultery, that even caused him problems among his elitist friends. They didn't think he should have said it. His reputation was in tatters, and he had a lot of problems. Meghan and Harry present a continuous problem, continuous thorn in the side that need to be dealt with daily, just as Andrew provides the same kind of irritation and threat towards Charles. Now, as Diana did back then, after the interview calling him out, saying he wasn't fit to be king, calling into question even his commitment to the role that he would face in the future. And as long as Diana was around, she would continue to be a threat to him because she had a worldwide platform. She was the mother of the future king. She'd always have influence. Meghan is not as well loved as Diana, but she's as well known. She's infamous to Diana's fame, but Meghan doesn't care. Attention's attention to her. And she holds a dirty little secret that she can forever hold over Charles. Say, one day, it's all going to come down because I'll tell them everything I know about Andrew. You can say whatever you want about me, but I'll tell them what happened. And the people backing Meghan are nefarious enough to want this to happen as well. You see, the elites are at the point now where they understand the economy is shrinking, things are getting smaller, everybody's concerned with consolidation of power. Governments want more power over their people. these big organizations want more power over their piece of the pie. Thus Charles. He's trying to consolidate power within the royal family to preserve his wealth. That's it. He doesn't want to be paying for 30 other members of the royal family. He wants to preserve that wealth for himself because he can see that a lot of it going away if he's not careful the way he manages it. Now, don't get me wrong. They're all billionaires. He's a billionaire. William's a billionaire. They have no money problems, but they're greedy and they're power hungry, and they want to continue the power they have over the piece of the world that's their remit. This is what it boils down to. Just like governments are doing the same thing. The World Economic Forum, they've come out recently and said water's not a human right, because now they're gonna tax your water even more than they do now, and make it a conservation issue, this and that, make you pay. Clean water's not a right anymore. They're taking away your rights. On one hand, Charles is welcoming an investigation into the roots of slavery and colonialism in the royal family, because good old virtue signaling Charles is gonna make everything right for everybody, which is ridiculous, because the whole premise of a royal family is a colonial issue. You don't think colonialism exists? Research the Isles of Scilly. Research the Duchy of Cornwall and the Duchy of, gosh, I don't know the other one that is the monarchs. The Duchy of Cornwall, Prince of Wales, he had that for years. Now he's the Duchy of something else that the monarch had, the queen had, and it's just escaped me at the minute. But I mean, between the real estate, the land, the rentals, the businesses, and all of the assets of these regions, the profits they're making out of it is amazing. Yet he can dictate rules to how his tenants live, behave, farm, etc. But he's not subject to these rules. This is colonialism. It's well alive and practiced by the king. Don't fool yourself. So there's a group of people that want to take the royal family down. Meghan, I don't think necessarily wants to take the royal family down, as she wants to elevate herself. But if she does it in the meantime, that's fine with her, because she's got no morals, ethics, or soul. And she knows she's got them over a barrel. She doesn't really care if that sex tape comes out. She doesn't really care if the full story of Soho House comes out. She doesn't really care if the yacht stories and the island stories and Epstein stories, and she doesn't care, because she will be infamous from the end of time. Think of how many books she could write of her experiences. The important thing is she will have brought Andrew down in the meantime and sent the royal family scrambling. And if Charles isn't careful, this could happen. What Charles needs to do is call a special meeting of the Way Ahead group, just like one was called about 6 weeks before Diana was killed in France. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Have a great day.